if you're watching this, like, you are being taken advantage of, guy. This isn't, this, like, you're feeding more people into taking more advantage of more people, and I feel like you've been taken advantage of with this book, and I'm so sorry. Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tiana. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back. And for those of you who have not been here yet, this is a YouTube channel dedicated to anti-MLM content. At the moment, I literally do not have a door on my bedroom, so there might be things happening around me. And yeah, I'm moving again, so my background's gonna change. However, I wanted to get you guys a video up. So on one of my other videos, there was a man named Marty who said for anybody who wants to know about MLMs, there was a man who joined all these MLMs in the 90s, and you know, if we really want to, you know, get the down low, he would give us the link for a free ebook download. So I said, hey, please, Marty, if you've got the deets, drop us the link. Like, I am a person who wants to see some data. So if he says that this guy joined all these MLMs, he broke down the numbers and he did the math, then I want to see that math. So he posts the link. I click on the link and it brings you to some like website or wherever where you would put in your email and like your contact information, and I thought, heck no, I'm not giving Marty my email. So I actually went and found the book on Amazon. So I ordered the book on Amazon. It came next day delivery. I got it and I spent the next day and a half reading it straight through, like from start to finish, and I recorded myself reading it. But yeah, I read the book from start to finish for you guys and for Marty because I wanted to give it a go. And I'm going to share with you guys my thoughts about this book. Honestly, this book is the worst book I've ever read in my entire life. Like, I wish that I was kidding, but this book is the worst book I've ever read in my entire life. I feel like it is scammy, takes advantage of people just when they're even down. I am so sorry to anybody that has purchased this book in an effort to get help, because I feel like it takes advantage of people when they're like even lower than low. Like, you know how people, when they're in an MLM, they try to take advantage of somebody who is like in a similar position to them. They like target those people. This is like a book that targets the people who have failed and failed and failed at MLMs, and scams them even farther. Like, I wish I was kidding. Like, I wish I was kidding, but I'm not kidding. Like, this book is just like, it's a scam and a scam. Like, it's a scam within a scam. So I'm going to explain to you why this book is like the worst book I literally ever read in my life. And yeah, why I think it's a scam, you guys. This book is literally a scam. So if you don't believe me that I read it, I'm going to insert montage of me reading. This is terrible, you guys. This is one of the worst books I've ever read in my entire life. I've literally never read a worse book in my entire life. Literally. This fan's going, so whatever, it's loud, but this book sucks. I'll tell you guys why I think it sucks, but it sucks. For some reason, every time I check my eyebrow, it's always, this one's always worse. It happens in a lot of my videos too. I'll be watching my back and my eyebrow, it will literally just be like this. I do, but then sometimes I brush and I don't actually hit it, and then it's stuck down with my gel. I got it. Fuck that book. That was literally one of the worst books I've ever read in my entire life. I'm so glad that it's over. Reading. And I took notes. Like, I don't know if you guys can, like, see that I, like, actually took the time to, like, write in here. Ooh, don't follow. And, like, this book is actually falling apart. Like, pages are coming out because I read it from start to finish. So, anybody who says, like, Tiana, you're just gonna talk about this book. You didn't even pick it up. It's like, oh, baby, did I. I've got things, you know, so, like, underlined, circled, whatever. So I'm gonna kind of, like, just breeze through, like, I'm gonna kind of, like, flip through the pages start to finish, give you guys, like, a little synopsis. And, you guys you're gonna die. You're gonna literally be like, okay, Michael Dhouly, like, nice try. Also, I forgot to give the book an actual introduction. It's called Success in 10 Steps by Michael Dhouly, or whatever. With a new section, learn all the ways MLM companies stack the deck against you. Why it's not your fault. The way that the book starts out with, like, this introduction is that it pinpoints a very specific person, okay? It pinpoints a person who has tried multiple MLMs, failed multiple MLMs, and has gone into debt for an MLM. And then it says to this person, don't give up. You're just not positioning yourself right within the right MLM, and you're not choosing the right payment structure and targeting the right type of people, and maybe you're targeting people wrong, and that's why you're not successful. So it plays on the idea that it's fully aware that MLMs, like, that most people fail, so it almost tries to spin that into a positive, but I'll get into that. So, like, the intro, it's like, you know, I'm quoting directly from this book. This is not me. It says, I'm well aware your intentions were gallant, to provide for your family all the things you, in all caps, never had, to spend more quality time with them, to help others like yourself grow and prosper. And remember what happened next. You were lied to, you were leveraged, the heavy hitters used you for batting practice. You got thrown in the muck, untrained, unprepared. Your checking account was drained, your credit cards were maxed out, friends and relatives screened your phone calls. Then you looked in the mirror and you called yourself loser. I know. It started because you wanted the same things I wanted. You wanted to be your own boss, answer to no one, and earn a good living doing it. You want to go where you want, when you want. You want to spend $200 on dinner without batting an eye. So it's right off the bat, this is setting somebody up. Somebody who felt used by an MLM, who's like, these MLMs, like, he's targeting this person, okay? So, you know, he's saying, yeah,
you tried. Oh my goodness, you know, it was a gallant effort. You know, you just wanted the best. You just wanted to go to dinner and spend money and not have to worry about it. You know, you just want to spend time with those you love, whatever.
And then in bold, literally in bold, right here, in bold and it, like, right there, you don't want more rejection. You don't want to have to sell anything to anyone, and you sure don't want another MLM. Good stuff. Holy mackerel, sounds just like me. So here I am. I have no choice but to write this book. Truly, no control. You'll read why in chapter 2. No control. He had no control. I'm telling you, he should have had some control when he wrote this book, because this is a waste of time, energy, people's money. It's a scam. This book is a scam, you guys. This book is as scammy as they come. So he's saying, yeah, here's what he's saying. Oh my God, you guys are so lucky. I'm giving you this book for free. This book is free. So obviously, you know, it's unfortunate because I think the guy who has shared this book has been taken advantage of. You know, he's thinking, oh, this book is free. I'm sharing my free ebook with you guys. So he's like, yeah, this book is free. I'm not going to mention any companies. I'm not going to talk about anything specific. This book is free. So yeah, and he's saying he's going to share what he's learned in 30 years of network marketing. And you guys, you want to know something? He doesn't share like just about anything with us, like the entire time. So he's saying, what's in it for me? You know, that question gets answered in 2 and 5. Don't worry. It's like, I wasn't worrying, you know. Yeah. So as he goes through, he kind of like hypes himself up, says, you know, oh, all these people rave about my book, all these people love my stuff, and then this is where he kind of sets it up to make you think that he's gonna provide you some valuable information. He says, in the early 1990s, I joined over 100 MLM opportunities. I tracked, cataloged, analyzed, and evaluated everything they did: products, compensation plans, marketing, distributor support, profitability, etc. So you'd be thinking that he's going to provide you this data. You know what I mean? Like, why would you hype it up that you've got this data? Yet I'm telling you guys, in this whole book, he doesn't actually share that information with you. It's like he leverages it as a way to get you into this book, but there's no, you know, it's like keeps you like trailing to the book. Like, are you ready to find out? Do you want to find out? Are you guys ready to see what the answer to MLM is? Oh, are you guys ready? Are you 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 ready?
I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready! I'm ready!
And it's like on page 90, he's like, all right, I'm about to jump in. Like, yeah, ridiculous. One of the things that he does in this book too is he tries to separate like direct sellers from MLM marketers, and he really pushes the idea that like anybody that's in direct sales doesn't care about people, doesn't care about getting to know people, and that multi-level marketing is a getting to know people and mentoring business. He says, I was stunned by how many companies and heavy hitters make huge profits not on product sales, but instead of selling a ton of worthless marketing materials to distributors that trust and believe in them. So he references successful distributors as heavy hitters, like heavy hitters, like almost like they're a separate entity, or like that they're somehow like working with the company, like heavy hitters and the company are after the little guy, not, you know, like how many companies and heavy hitters made products made sales not on products, but instead of selling marketing materials to the distributors. But it's like, that's not the heavy hitters' fault. The heavy hitters just did a good job at recruiting the people. That's the company's fault. So right off the bat, he's also like throughout this entire book, like this is kind of just a small reference of it, but he really tries to pit the little guy against the people in the upline and the company, and he makes the higher ups in the upline synonymous with the higher ups in the company, which I think, yeah, it can get to be true. As you get up, you start to mingle more, but I think that we've seen from some of the other people, like even not the good girl, she is like showed us that people who can be higher up in the company like still are equally as taken advantage of, and it's like a cycle. It's a cycle of taking advantage of people because they were taken advantage of. So yeah, I don't think that he's right to make them synonymous. He says, I get mad just thinking about it, how people get taken advantage of in MLMs. And I'm like, are you really sure? Like, this guy gets mad just thinking about it as he's taking advantage of people, you know? Oh, so mad. I'm sure he gets just so mad thinking about it. So he kind of pins it on the fact that you were poorly trained. There is a secret to it. You just weren't let in on it. And if you keep reading, you'll figure out like, what's the secret? So he kind of gets into the next chapter, and he really he starts to pull in some takeaways. So like, I don't know, anybody who's ever been in sales knows that like it kind of like increases your chance of landing a sale when you take it away. Like the person feels like, wait, what? You can't, no, wait, never mind, I want it. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So like if everybody's ever like, oh yeah, oh, you know, it probably wouldn't be good for you anyways. And then you start to think, well, why wouldn't it be good for me? So he does like a lot of these takeaways where he's just like, oh, if this isn't for you, then you should just put my book down. Oh, if you don't really care about being successful, then just throw this book away. And he says this like multiple times too. Oh, you don't actually want to make it big in an MLM? Gosh, why'd you even get this book? This book's not for you. And it's like, bro, this book, if we could throw this book in the trash, like I would. I have a really bad singing problem, guys. I really would. I would throw this book in the trash. So he goes, yeah, still skeptical. I get the skepticism, really, but enough is enough. Get over it. If you want to live your life distrusting everybody, then your life is pretty much over anyway. Goodbye. Good luck. Don't let the door hit you in your butt on the way out. For everyone else, let's get started. Like, oh, we're going to start being rude to people now? Like, your life is pretty much over anyway? Okay. So yeah, and he asks like a lot of leading questions, and a lot of leading questions that make you feel bad about yourself, you know? I worked so hard and still can't do it. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with the company? What's wrong with the product? The hitters tell me if it's up to be, or if it's to be, it's up to me. Other people do this. Why can't I? Why do these companies fail me? Why did the federal government shut my company down? I maxed out my credit card on advertising. Why did it not work? I went to the meetings. I did 3-way phone calls. Why doesn't everyone see this? Why didn't they have the literature in Spanish? Where's the teamwork? Why isn't this fun? Where are the facts and figures, and where's the money? Kingman. Yeah, it's just all these leading questions, and then it's like, and then and also, you guys, who writes a book and then it's in like 20 font? It's literally in like 20 font, a bunch of spaces, so it looks like it's 100 pages, but it's probably like 40 pages, and it's got like a lot of like bolds and whatever, and it's like the stupidest lie they all tell you. The heavy hitters tell you no is a good thing. You get 100 no's, and they say you're just getting closer to yes. This baby is really one of my favorites. Isn't it the stupidest thing you ever heard? What nitwit came up with this idea? The word no has taken more good people out of this industry than any other word in the English language. Weird. So as he's kind of getting into it, he's talking about how people fail. Where is the leadership? Where is the mentorship? It all starts with mentorship. And I even spoke about this, actually. I think it was literally in my last video, maybe the video before. He says, do your 5 closest friends have what you want? And if not, why would you ever listen to their opinions on business? So I think if maybe all of the people that are telling you not to join an MLM are like a little bit more successful, I don't know, than where you are. I don't know. It's like, do your 5 closest friends have what you want? If not, why would you ever listen to their opinions on business? Like, what if your friend does have what they want? What if your friend does have like their own company? Like, you just like join an MLM because like you want those things too. I don't know. Like, there is obviously some validity. Like, when you want to do something, you want to be successful in something, you should ask a person who's been successful. Like, if somebody has been successful in something that you want to be successful in, like, you should look at what they're doing to be successful. So yeah, say you want to invest in real estate. Would you ask a person who rents a home, or the person with 27 homes, 16 houses, 2 farms in Oklahoma, 1 in Texas, 27 commercial properties? But, this is in an effort to leverage his credibility. So, would you ask somebody who's never been in an MLM, or would you ask somebody who's been in 100? No, like me, I've been in them all. Also, you guys, this was written in 2007, so a lot has changed, and it's super dated. Like, he even teaches somebody like how to go to Google in this, like as if we don't have Google in our pockets now. So yeah. He talks about some weird things too, like why would he's talking about Hannibal Lecter missed his calling. Instead of filleting his friends and enjoying them with a fine Chianti as he did in Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter might have achieved the same satisfaction as a heavy hitter. He'd have said, hey, I made $4 million last year, I'll help you get rich. Come up to my place and I'll show you how I did it. Do you know there's a coaching company or university that charges you thousands of dollars for coaching, and the owner of that company has never built a downline in any network marketing company? They tell you your personal coach is full-time in network marketing. You better ask to see their 1099. He's like, it's like he makes some really irrelevant points. He makes some weird statements in here. He also talks about your warm market, which I think when we know, like, our warm market are people that we already know, we already have a relationship with, we've established that relationship with. They're not a freaking stranger. We're not dropping into anybody's DMs. Like, it's like, I know you, you know me. Maybe we went to high school together. I think that would still be considered somebody in somebody's warm market, whatever, your parents, your family, whatever. Like, that's kind of your network that you start with. Like, when your warm market has ice in your veins, this is really, again, pushing to the premise that, like, if somebody doesn't support you, you need to drop them. Like more manipulative crap. Like, most people have a huge problem when they decide to improve their situation in life, and that problem is one or more of the people closest to you will not want you to succeed. The fact is, this is a fact for virtually everyone on this planet, and you are no different. You can argue with me until you are blue in the face, but that won't change anything. There are people in your life who will be threatened when you make the passionate push to success. They will complain and criticize and try to suck the life out of you. Why? Because their life is a mess, and misery truly does love company. Your best option is to get rid of them. Next best is to have an amazing why. 99.9% why. That will keep you going through the rain, sleet, snow, flood, pestilence, nuclear holocaust, or the criticism of a loved one. You know, I'm sick of this why bullshit. I'm so sick of this why bullshit. Look, why do we get up in the morning to do anything? Why do we get dressed in the morning to, like, start our day? Why are we living our life? Like, yes, we should have an answer to that. But when people within an MLM, like, pry to make you tie your why to success as to why you'll be so good at selling some shitty product, to me, that's not what a why is about. A why is about, like, what is your purpose? Why are you here on this planet? What is your goal? What are you here to do? I doubt that your goal is to sell keto coffee or Color Street nails, you know? I really doubt it. I doubt your goal in life or your mission in life as your why is to get somebody a Thrive patch, you know? Or whatever, or like your mission in life is like you want to be healthy and empower people so much that you want to get everybody a Thrive patch. Like, that's not a why, and that's not a good why. You should reevaluate what your purpose in life is. Yeah. So then we toot along, I don't know, to a bunch of broken, like, seriously, like, get better binding. You should have gotten better binding, dude. Oh my god, this is the weirdest part of this book. This is the weirdest part of this book to me. I think it's, like, so weird. So, like, here's one of his whys, okay? To feel good about himself. And this one's very personal. His mother was a pessimist, and she would tell him, "You're no good. You'll never amount to anything. You'll never have a pot to pee in." But I programmed my mind to reject what she told me. My father's sister, my Aunt Honey, would say, "Michael, I love you. I'm proud of you. You can do anything you want. Look at that beautiful picture you drew for me." At 5 years old, I made a conscious decision that I liked my aunt's reality better than I liked my mother's reality. So when my mother started running me down, I'd just step into the theater of my mind. I'd picture my Aunt Honey saying what a great kid I was. I'd literally feel her hugging me. I'd stop feeling bad. And now, to feel good about myself, I need to be Aunt Honey. I must help people. Please keep Aunt Honey away from me, because that's just, to me, sounds just like unresolved trauma, just like screaming out. I need to help people. I need to be Aunt Honey. Like, you need to be Aunt Honey. Aunt Honey is scamming people. Please don't be Aunt Honey. Aunt Honey isn't nice. Aunt Honey is not helping us. Aunt Honey is not helping us. Aunt Honey is taking advantage of us. It's like Aunt Honey kicked us when we were down. Aunt Honey said, "Oh my god, your credit cards are maxed out. Oh my god, you're struggling. Oh my god, you've been taken advantage of by your upline. whap, whap. Like, Aunt Honey here to tell you that you're, like, give me more of your money. Let me scam you more. I'm Aunt Honey. Like, no. You know, like, I took reading this book very seriously. I wrote, you know, a lot of things. Get serious about finding your why. No. Yeah, and he says, maybe I'm just weird. You are. Like, you literally are. Like, oh yeah, this is weird. Maybe I'm just weird, but to me, there is nothing in this business more fun and emotionally stimulating and satisfying than to poke around the dark recesses of your psyche, spot old frustrations and vengefulness and crazed hatreds and lustful desires and unfulfilled dreams and long time unachieved goals and all that to wonderful stuff that makes us who we are, and then harness it all to help you achieve what you want most in life.
Excuse me,
So yeah, he spends this time talking about like just basic like rip-off stuff, like you need to get your why, you need to know why you're doing this, like, oh my god, you've been taken advantage of, like he gives you some more takeaways. Yeah, and he like pretty much like starts to say like your upline didn't care about you because, you know, did they know your why? Did your upline know your why? If your upline didn't know your why, then your upline didn't care about you. Yeah, he basically says like, you know, you've got to be a product of the product, because when, you know, you've got to validate what you're selling, because then when people see that you've validated the power of what you offer, like with your mentoring, your opportunity, product, service system, back office, front office, three-way calling, and so forth, it'll sell themselves, like when you become a product of the product and do all that stuff. He says that you've got, like, this is, yeah, it's a networking business. You need to keep your people, like, but he also starts to say, you know, oh, so he says, like, his mentor, he talks about his mentor is Tom, Big Al Schreider, like, he puts him on the back, like, Big Al Schreider endorses his book, who cares, and he basically says, you know, Big Al Tom Schreider, picks up the bill, because it's a good thing, you know, he always, what does it say? He travels the world and he charges, what, $5, maybe sometimes it's free. He takes people out to dinner, he buys them lunch, he builds relationships with them, he shakes their hand. You will never ever be able to get money out of your pocket to pay for anything when you're around Tom Schreider. He's buying lunch, he's buying you dinner, and if 20 people go, he's buying everybody. This has never been a number game to Tom Schreider. He builds these relationships because he knows a little secret about network marketing. Sometimes in the history of your company, they'll put the labels on the product crooked. They'll be backorder on something because people run the business. There are imperfections. He knows that. So he builds a relationship with his people so that when the labels are crooked or the bonus check is late or the backordered product, he knows that you won't quit. You won't quit because you have the relationship with him. He makes sure that you, of that personally, one-on-one. So he is essentially manipulating you. He's paying for things, and then when he needs a favor, he's going to ask you for it, and he's going to expect that you do it because he did you a favor. Nobody owes you something because they, you know, like if you go out of your way to get the bill for somebody because you just want to be nice and you want to get the bill, okay. But if you expect somebody to go and get the bill because you want something in return, or like you expect something in return down the line, then like that's being shady, that's taking advantage of people, and that's being a shitty friend. Like that's weird. Like you shouldn't hinge your relationship on doing favors for people so that when you need a favor that they'll do it for you. That's just, I don't know. You guys sound off in the comments if I'm wrong. Like, do you only do things for people because, like, you hope that they'll do something for you? Or you just do things for people because you do things out of the kindness of your heart? Because that's, I think, like, why we should do things, right? Like, obviously, you know, like, if you go out of your way and you help somebody a lot or, like, whatever, and, like, you need a favor down the line and you should hope that, like, they're a homie and you can help you out. Like, that's what friends are for. But not, like, to manipulate them. Like, that's, like, you know, like that person in your life that buys you gifts but then, like, mistreats you and then expects, and they go, but look at all these things I buy you. Look at what I do for you. Look at what I do for you. But it's like, okay, but you don't talk nice to me. You don't, you know, you call me fat or whatever. Like, you do whatever, like it's like it doesn't balance out, like buying things for somebody to make up for the fact that you're a shitty person. Yeah, he calls MLMs a moving parade. People join, people quit, some never even start. They speak when they sign the petition, and I'm like, it's not a moving parade, fam. It is an endless cycle of people, of recruits who are hopeful to make money and they don't, and they fall off. So like, it's not a parade. Like, why are we calling this a happy parade? Like, what? And so basically now he gets into being the idea that it's not you, it has nothing to do with you. Don't let anybody tell you that, which is true. We say, like, it's not you, it's the system, it's set up to fail. You're set up to fail. He runs on this idea, you're set up to fail. But then he says, no. It's just because you're not picking the right compensation plan. And the way to pick the right compensation plan is to figure out what your personality type is. And then with your personality type, you can assess what type of plan, compensation plan within an MLM is best for you. So it doesn't matter what really the product is, as long as you pick the right compensation plan and you get in on the right time with your right type of personality, that you will be successful. Like what? He literally said, like, just like, it doesn't, if it's a good product, it's the right time, you have the personality for this compensation plan, just pick it today. No. He goes on to now tell us that there is this idea that we are all different colors, and it's like another ripoff of like other like types of like personality things. And so like I'll breeze us like briefly like through these personality types that he says. So he's saying like yellows, 35% of the population, nurses, school teachers, UN workers, they're the nurturers, okay? Yellows, they built big organizations and network marketing. Yellows, they don't want to be sold. They don't like pushy or aggressive salespeople. Instead, with a yellow, you should visit with them. Skip the business, talk about their family, their kids, their vacation. So lie, manipulate, pretend to be interested in their life to get a yellow. Then he goes on to say blues just want to have fun. They don't care about the deets. They don't care about the stats. They are, you know, they're the same for yellows. Like yellows and blues should be in the same type of composition or comp plan. It says they could go deep. So like deep, like levels, lots of like upline deep, or they could create massive spillover and a lot of stuff happens quickly for them. With a blue, talk excited, get excited. Talk about going scuba diving, skydiving, having fun, and that's what they want. Greens, analytical, they'll analyze it to death. They've missed millions of dollars in opportunities because they analyze it too long. Greens can take blue's idea to the next level. They work well with any type of complicated compensation plan. So far, it's like you said, though, like the first three colors like work well with most compensation plans. So let's just like get back into it, chap. How to sponsor a green. Greens think they're the smartest people on the planet. With a green, you'll know in 2 to 3 minutes that they just want all the details. So make sure you enunciate all your words correctly for a green. Don't speak too fast. Don't speak too slow. Be upfront, give them all the information, answer all their questions, and give them more websites to go to. If you call in the meantime to answer questions, they'll be abrupt. They'll see you as being pushy. Let them analyze at their own pace. Reds, they are money motivated, money focused. Don't bother talking to them about your family or your vacation. They don't care. They know if you get married, you're supposed to have kids, and if you have kids, you're supposed to go on vacation. End of story. Don't want to talk about it. Weird. Reds are the corporate CEOs, the get the job done people, the ones everybody in network marketing is looking for. So target reds. Like target a specific type of person. Like a what? I don't even know. Talks weird things. Saddam Hussein meets Dr. Phil. Saddam Hussein meets Dr. Phil. Why should that even be a phrase in any of your books? Saddam Hussein meets Dr. Phil. Delete that sentence from your book. I don't even know. It's just, and then he talks about what colors we think Saddam Hussein and Dr. Phil would be and how they would interact. Oh, Saddam Hussein might be 75% red, 12% green, 8% blue, and 5% yellow. Dr. Phil is maybe 40% yellow, 25% red, 25% blue, and 10% green. Like, stupid. He says prospects are like a box of chocolates. You know, you got to be, you know, the anatomy of a prospect's mind. I mean, really, it's more like another coaching book. Like, there's no data in this, you guys. I thought this was going to be about data, and it really is like another shady MLM coaching book that's telling you to get back into it, and like how he's going to help you, how he's going to help you, how he's going to help you. And then, you guys, I swear to God, like, you get to the part where, like, he tries to sell you something. These are all like the positives of being in an MLM: no boss, no income ceiling, self-satisfaction, work with people you like, flexibility, no commuting, no office expenses, security, tax deductions, better retirement plan. But I'm like, security, like, you could drop rank in like 2 seconds. You have no benefits. Like, literally, like, people lose everything in these MLMs overnight. Like, if you get a new job in a new company, like, you have benefits, you know, like, you're transitioning. Like, if, say, one day they decide they're going to stop their compensation plan, or like they're not going to have distributors anymore, or like you lose the people within your thing, or like if you stop, like, say you stop having a downline, like, you have to run a downline for forever, because some companies, like, you retire, like, you can retire with them, and like, I don't know, I just think, like, I'm not seeing that as, I don't see that as security, but whatever. And then lastly, the 8th wonder of the world, residual income. Oh yeah, so this is where he gets us. So he says, like, so this is where he tries to sell us. So he's like, okay, you got to keep it simple. You got to have a simple marketing system. You got to keep it simple. And he goes, a system that works. You guys, you see this little box right here? Okay, in this box, in bold, it says, you can have a lead generation system that brings only the most qualified people to your group. Then I'll train them for free 5 nights a week to build relationships and become top sponsors who will build you a lifetime residual income. And you know how many times it says this in this book, you guys? It says it on the next page, again, in bold. So this is where he's trying to pitch you. He starts pitching you over and over and over again, pitching you. You can have a lead generation system. It's because you're not generating leads well. It's just because you're not, and he calls it, a greased shoot. A greased shoot for leads. He's going to grease shoot us. I literally wrote you in my book. We're a greased shoot. So then it all starts to kind of click as to, like, what Marty is posting. So Marty obviously posted in my thing, you know, and I called him Marty, and I feel bad, but, like, I deleted the comment. So I'm sorry, Marty. Like, I'm outing you, but I'm so sorry, Marty. Like, if you're watching this, like, you are being taken advantage of, guy. Like, you're feeding more people into taking more advantage of more people, and I feel like you've been taken advantage of with this book, and I'm so sorry. I really genuinely am so sorry. So, like, the way that it works is, like, somebody has this book, they post, hey, this is it's a free thing. Then you go and you put in your information, because obviously it's people who want to join an MLM, or people who are, like, looking for information about MLMs, like, whatever, MLM people, you're funneling MLM people right into you. So he says, but, like, the way that they catch you is they say, well, for anybody who wants to know, he joined 100 MLMs, he did all the stats, he figured all the information, so that he's going to give it to you. So you think, okay, I'm going to put in my information, and then your information goes to Marty. Marty uses your information to solicit you to then try and join an MLM or whatever it is, because it's a lead funnel system. This is a book. It's a lead funnel system book. And so you guys, I'm sorry, Marty, but I went and deleted your comment, because it's not going to stay up, and I'm not going to direct my anti-MLM people to your MLM BS, but I did read the book. And this is how I feel about it. Yeah, so he says this again. Maybe this time he doesn't, he even says, like, he goes, if you don't know your business, I don't know what advantage you offer that puts you head and shoulders above your competition. I only know that if you can't offer that kind of advantage, you are roadkill in all exclamation. And then he says it again. I took the time this time to put it in the squares because he didn't square it this time around, but it's the exact same sentence again. I'll provide a lead generation system that brings only the most qualified people into your group. Then I'll train them for free 5 nights a week to build relationships and become top sponsors who will build you a lifetime of residual income. And it says this multiple times throughout the book. So it's starting to like try and get it in your brain. So now it's like, so now what? Oh, okay. He's going to help us execute it. So now it goes into the next thing, how to evaluate an opportunities, like basically saying, do you want a compensation plan that works for 97% of the people or that works for 3%? I don't think any of those compensation plans, like you can look at an individual income disclosure statement for whatever company you want to see, and you can just see how much money and who makes it and how many people are making it. And, you know, if they were more transparent about what their actual retail sales numbers were versus like what their actual sales were to distributors, I'm sure we'd see some different numbers too. He's saying non-network marketers, like a direct seller, they will they'll be really pushy about selling the product. But if you're a true network marketer, you will take people's dreams and hopes into consideration. You will care about those dreams and hopes, and you will work to foster those dreams and hopes. So I think it's like, it's everything we hate about MLMs, but he's trying to like paint them as being like good. He's saying, yeah, so you need a product that people will buy with no compensation plans. I get calls from people who tell me that they're searching for a product that truly inspires them. And that is exactly the wrong way to go about this. When I tell them is to search for a mob of people raving about a product and then fall in love with that product. So I guess so like by his logic, you know, everybody's raving about Money 8 right now. So we should just join Money 8. That's his plan. And then be a passionate and then be an advocate for it. So don't find something that you like first, find what everybody else likes, then become in love with it and then start selling it. Like, it's just so backwards to me. And to the fact that he's like writing it in a book like it's good advice, like, what? I don't even know. So then we get to, yeah, this part honestly made me like pissed. This part made me annoyed because it's like, if you just see how much he's like taking advantage of people and really kicking people when they're down, like he is looking for somebody who is so down and out with this book, like so down and out with this book. And if you've made it this far in this book, like, you are really looking for something. You're really looking for something in life, because it says, you know, when you try to appeal to everybody with multiple streams and products of service, smart people will not take you seriously. And why should they? You have no identity in their mind. The result, no trust, no loyalty, no network. Your people are easy targets for some narrowly focused networker. You waste time and money searching for more opportunities to create your multiple streams, but you lose focus. That's a loss of power. You ruin quality perception because to customers, specializing equals quality. You're a mile wide and an inch deep. You're weak everywhere instead of strong somewhere. You struggle to promote numerous unrelated products and services that you will not know well. If you do establish a moneymaker, you waste that profit on your unsuccessful streams of income. You lose efficiency, competitiveness, and you get a smaller market share. In my opinion, you are way better off to do your research, choose the right opportunity, and focus on that one. Go ahead, argue with me. I can hear it now. You're wrong, Michael. These internet guys make a fortune and they don't focus. They promote dozens, maybe hundreds of affiliate programs. So I've heard, maybe it's true, but my question is still, how is that working for you? Given your skills, your knowledge, your time, your resources, and most of all, your results so far, are you better off focusing on one big profit center, or are you better off sifting through a ton of affiliate programs to find a few that work well? Only you can answer that question. I don't know, you guys. Yeah. So he's not really said anything. Again, he keeps beating us down. He's still talking about things. He also at some point introduces, when he talks about the colors, he also introduces a purchase book that you can then go and buy from this book. And it's about the colors in more detail and how to target the right colors. So you can get a CD and book. The color is book, and that costs money. So he's also, not only is he directing you to like lead funneling, and then he's also selling something else. So even though if this ebook was free, which it wasn't, I bought it for $10, but if the ebook was free, he's still getting money out of this, acting like he's not getting anything for helping you. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. He says he wants to own a piece of our mind. No, thank you. Yeah, so he says, so this is supposedly the bonus section where he breaks it down, and he says proof that it's not our fault. And he says, so the more that you look at compensation plans, companies, company owners, the more you realize the business model drives the behavior in the field. And this is why so many people fail. So he's saying that a business model that compensates more on recruiting people is what drives the poor behavior in the field, and that's why most people fail. He doesn't give us data, though. He doesn't give us data. He just talks about, like, so he breaks down a couple compensation plans. He says, so company A is a huge company, publicly traded. Company B is as big as company A, not publicly traded. Company C has been around for 5 years, not nearly as big in dollar volume or in number of reps in A and B. They all sell an amazing product. Company A's version retails for $116. Company B has the same product at $104, and Company C has the same product at $40 retail. So he's saying, okay, so he's saying that the way that it's set up, where you have to join as a distributor to get that wholesale discount, when it's set up like that drives the poor behavior in the field of getting people to sign up to get the discount or to push that discount. So that there's a problem with that business model, because the product's too expensive, they don't feel right making money off mom and dad, and they brought you in the world just to sell them something at wholesale. The result for companies A and B, there's no retail activity going on because the products are so expensive. So what behavior does it drive? Obviously to sign up to be a distributor. So that's how most of them run. They all have a wholesale retail program. So when I see that doesn't exist, then maybe, just maybe, my opinion would change. But I don't think that that's the problem, and he's making it seem like that's the problem. I don't like it's the way that people manipulate people, pretend to like people or care about people to get to know them, to try to sell them something, hop into their DMs, people they don't know. Like, he's trying to make that seem like that's being wholesome and good and like a good network marketer, but that to me is where I find that we have misaligned opinions. So he's saying that, a company that encourages retail sales plus operators who can both handle the customer service, that company C is, the best option that would be, to buy into at that time. So yeah, I don't even know. He compares MLMs to Walmart, but like Walmart's not an MLM, so let's not compare apples to oranges. He talks about the problem with a single product business model. So you shouldn't join any MLM that has one product and one product only. You want to join a product that offers a range of things. So like Amway, Arbonne offers, they've got makeup, they've got, toothbrush, baby stuff, lotion, toothpaste, like whatever it is, like you can get everything from Arbonne if you wanted. So he's saying choose a company that offers everything, because then you can just direct everything to there. And yeah, because like one product MLMs, they're not successful because they can't meet to all of the needs. And yeah, that's really it. And he's saying, if you're smart, you'll find a way to generate leads, and this is a good way to do so. Talks about, again, like colors, and who, like, is like so-and-so does well in like a 10 upline deep one, and if you can move them around and whatever, and really that's what it boils down to. And then the very last page, he says, he also says like some kind of, actually, so I underlined this, I wrote rude. I'm like, why did I write rude? So he says, so in just about any, so he's talking about, like comparison to MLMs and now like regular corporate structure or any sales job or any sales model. He says, so in just about any sales field, 60% or more people drop out, and just about the same number of people drop out of their college freshman year after spending $5,000, $10,000 of mom and dad's money. A friend of mine sent his daughter to medical transcription school for $2,500 in 3 months of her life. She transcribed 10 tapes. Like, mom and dad's money, you know, like some people are actually putting themselves through school. Like some people like go to school and like, it's not just mom and dad's money, like they take out federal loans and stuff. Like he kind of just is like, he's always in this book trying to pit you against somebody else and to make somebody else look like the bad guy. Like, you know, like, oh, like those people are lazy. Oh, these people don't care about you. Or, you know, this structure wasn't set up for you. It's like all a big secret that you're missing out on that he never really gives you the answer to, and he claims that he's going to. Like, it's like even at this, like there's still like at the very last thing, like there's a PS, a postscript, you guys, there's a PS, and the PS says, we do want you to know that we have leads call where 90% of the people we call tell us, yes, I want to make additional income from home. To learn more about this call and our free mentoring call, contact your source on the inside of the back of this cover book. So he also, like, they leaves a spot where you can put your email, and he consistently says, email the person that gave you this book. You need to email them what you learned. You need to email them like this information. You need to email them this, so that it's holding you accountable too. It's honestly BS. This whole book is BS. I'm so glad that we're done reviewing it because it was BS. But yeah, I read this book from start to finish for you guys, for Marty, for the data, for the content, obviously, and we know that this book is trash. Do not waste your time on this book. It is, yeah, it's a scam within a scam. It's a lead funneling book to try to get you to just like, you know, it legitimately looks for the person that's been beat up and down in an MLM and then like just wants to take advantage of them more. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed my video, if you guys enjoyed that I took the time to read this for you, please like, comment, subscribe if you don't already. Like if you've made it this far, if you've watched 2 of my videos or 3 of my videos, like just freaking subscribe. Like please, just subscribe. Help a sister out, you know? Like why would you be watching my videos and not sub, you know? Just sub. So yeah, thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Love you very much. And yeah, yeah. That's about it. Have a good one. Bye.